This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When send past the assist, you know that it's number one show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin' is your boy. It's your boy Sim, that is, with my brother Tony. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what we expected tonight, but I think we got what we probably expected. With the Knicks being so undermanned, Jalen Brunson not playing, Isaiah Hartenstein not playing, obviously Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson not playing, all of these guys, and we battled from the beginning, but then we took the L. End up losing by 23 points or whatever it is to the New Orleans Pelicans. Tony, what's poppin' with you, brother? How you feeling?
You were spot on. We squeaked past Detroit with Brunson, with Hartenstein. I didn't know they was out until I started watching second quarter.
Right.
So I didn't even know they was out. But yeah, I wouldn't have expected a win without them. But they did fight, right?
Yeah, they battled in the beginning. You know what I mean? It was 48-47 at halftime?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just
game. Yeah.
Just not
we
enough.
had a chance to tie, or we had a chance to take the lead, right?
Had a chance to take the lead going into at the end of the second half, end of the first half, end of the first half, we had a chance to take the lead. Ended up with Precious throwing up a 3 or something like that because we just couldn't get any offense. And that was the problem the entire game. The Knicks just could not get good offensive possessions. You know what I mean? They couldn't get good offensive possessions. You see the importance. People always talk. Now, okay, here we go. This is something that I always wanted to point out to Josh, right? Because he talks about ball movement all the time. Ball movement. And I agree. You got to have ball movement, but you also got to have guys that can hoop, that can score, that can put the ball in the bucket. Because this squad that's on the floor right now, they could have moved the ball as much as you want to. You got to have guys that can put the ball in the hole. And every once in a while, you got to have somebody who can create for you. You know what I'm saying? Because, we've seen time and time again tonight where the ball did move, but the Knicks just couldn't find an open shot because the Pelicans were playing good defense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you got to have ball movement, but you got to have just as much ability to play one-on-one. And we don't have those guys. We didn't have those guys tonight. Alec Burks ain't getting it done. Tony, I know you was griping about Alec Burks. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, let me shout out a couple of people in the chat because they on it too. Kerry Cox, he said Burks lost his strap. And what happened to Jordan Burks? From Kenny Payne. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't found his rhythm at all.
No, not at all.
And I don't know what it is. To be honest, like, the only thing that I could maybe attribute it to, and I don't want to be that guy, but this is the only thing that I could attribute to as of right now, is when Burks was really, really thriving on this team, he wasn't handling the ball as much.
Right.
And it was really just shoot, finish. You know what I mean? Catch and shoot or drive and finish. And when he's in that particular role, I think he was thriving. I don't think he's really handling the ball too much, but that's the only thing that I could attribute it to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we need another guy to kind of get him his shot.
Right. He's doing, there's a lot of, with Burks, a lot of his shots right now are coming from just one-on-one pull-ups. You know, a little bit of going to the basket when he can. But he's the guy right now with this team, especially without Jalen Brunson. He's the guy that you're saying if we need somebody to go one-on-one, it's got to be Burks, and he can't do it right now. He's not doing it. I like Alec Burks. I thought he'd be a good addition. I still think, especially when Brunson and Randall and OG are back, it's going to end up being a good addition because he won't have the same responsibility. You know what I mean? He won't have the same responsibility, but Burks ain't getting it done right now when the Knicks need somebody to get it done. You know what I mean? And, Bogdanovich got a little bit done tonight. As much as he could do. He did get crossed up once. And then
I think that's what sparked him getting hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think he was shooting the ball particularly well before he got crossed.
Yeah. And see, on a night like tonight, and I think Greg is going to be happy, maybe a couple other people is going to be happy. On a night like tonight is where Tom Thibodeau probably made a mistake. Bogdanovich should have gotten more than 29 minutes, right? He's one of the best scorers on this particular team. The lineup that you trotted out there tonight, he's one of the best scorers. You know what I'm saying? He played 29 minutes. He probably should have played 40 because he can score the basketball, right? He can knock down the three. He's 4 for 10 from the three-point line tonight. Shot 43% from the field. That's not great, but he's one of the guys that you would have been relying on to score the ball, and the Knicks needed scoring tonight. They needed scoring. He probably should have played like 40 minutes. Kerry Cox said his defense is horrible. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. There's really only one, if you watch tonight, there was really only one play that he got dusted off on. That was in the first half, right? There wasn't any other plays that he got dusted off on. Trey Murphy III hit a three, but Bogdanovich was right there in his face defending him. So I don't think his defense was bad tonight.
And what I really like is, no, it was the N1 play. You know what I mean? Like how upset he was when he gave that foul.
He gave that up.
You know what I mean? So yeah. I think the effort is there, and that's all you could really ask for with a guy who's not a elite defender.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks needed him on the floor more tonight to help score. You know what I'm saying? So Tom Thibodeau dropped the ball, Sean and Greg. Tom Thibodeau dropped the ball. Bogdanovich should have played 10 more minutes. I hope they're happy that I said that because both of them always, that's, Sim, Tom Tibbs is Sim's boy, whatever. Sim is always going to defend Tom Thibodeau. Well, not on that one. I think that Bogdanovich should have played many more minutes tonight than he did. So it is what it is. The Knicks took the L. I think this is what we're going to expect. One up, one down. They play the Warriors next on Thursday. You know what I mean? One up, one down. I don't know. So,
well, I need two up because I want the Warriors game and I want the Cavs game too.
That's what I'm saying. I need, I need two up. The Knicks, they're maintaining the fourth spot right now. I don't know. I haven't checked the scores or anything like that, so I don't know if Philly played tonight.
I think they played last night. I don't think they played tonight.
Okay. I'll check and see. But, last night the Knicks were a game and a half above Philly. After tonight, depending on if Philly played, depending on whatever, they might only be, a half a game above or whatever. Philly lost tonight. So, okay. All right. Ghost Rider said Philly lost tonight. So, that's probably a good thing. I'm going to get to a phone call real quick. Before I get to the phone call, though, I want to shout out all my people in the Rock from Rochester, New York that's checking in tonight. Shout out to you all. Without a doubt. Let me get to a phone call. Caller, you live. Name me where you're from, please.
It's JJ from Brooklyn, San Antonio.
JJ.
What up, fellas? What's popping?
JJ, what's
How
up
you
with you,
guys
brother?
doing,
How you
man?
feeling, man?
What's popping,
Peace,
man?
fam.
I'm chilling.
Chilling. No doubt, man. Listen, I gotta say, my concern right now, man, is it's at a 10 out of 10. Just we're not healthy. My concern is, I feel right now, today, we're not gonna avoid the play-in. I think we're gonna be a play-in team, and I don't think you want that. I just think it's inevitable. I'm sorry. We're too banged up.
You think
Again, it's not their fault.
You think we're dropping down to the play-in?
Yep, I do. I totally do. Yeah. We're only 2 games. Look at the standings. We're 2 games. 2 games from the play-in, too.
I mean, I get that. I mean, okay. Do you think we finish in the play-in? Maybe. I mean, guys are gonna get healthy at some point, right? So you think
Will they?
we're gonna have to play into the playoffs? That's what you think right now. We're gonna have to play into the playoffs. The Knicks are 11 games before. They're 11 games above 500. Orlando is currently they're currently in the 7th seed.
Right behind us.
They're 33-26. 7 games above 500.
2 games.
So you don't think the Knicks can maintain a 5? What do we got? 24 games left.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
So you don't think we can maintain a 500 record?
No. Not as constructive. We got lucky to beat Detroit. I mean, we got to be honest.
I mean,
that should have been lost.
Okay. I mean, but we're expecting OG back.
Yeah, but when? If you told me they're back within a week, I'll say, all right, yeah, we're cool. But we don't know for sure when these guys are coming back. If it's 3 weeks, to me, that's too long. To me, if it's 3 weeks, 3+ weeks, no. I don't think we can. I don't think we're gonna avoid the play-in. No.
I mean, that it's a tough situation if the Knicks end up in the play-in, because you're either playing Boston or Cleveland in the first round. If you make it, you got, if you're in the play-in, you got to make it to the playoffs, and then you're either playing Boston or Cleveland. At least right now, that's the way it is.
I mean, I wouldn't sweat if it's Cleveland. I wouldn't sweat that. I mean, obviously they're playing great. I know they won tonight on like a half-court shot. That's crazy. But I mean, listen, you don't want the Bucks in the first round. You don't want the Celtics. And the way it's going, I think you're looking at a Boston or Milwaukee in the first round. If we get out of the play, I know maybe I'm just sounding like a pessimist. I know I'm panicking right now. But I'm also looking at schedules as well. Orlando and Miami have the 2 easiest schedules in the league, number 1 and number 2. They're right on our tails. Indiana's right behind us. I mean, are we going to beat Golden State, Cleveland, not healthy? I don't see it, man. I know I'm panicking, but I just feel right now that these guys don't get back, and soon, I don't mean like 3 weeks soon. I mean like sooner than that, a week and a half. Yeah, I think end up in the play-in.
Well, I mean, Brunson you would think is going to be back. Isaiah Hartenstein is probably going to be back. They probably just, gave him a rep,
Yeah.
Right? Hartenstein's
but
probably
they've been back. I mean,
OG's probably going to be back. So, I mean, then you're looking at Randall. You know what I mean? But even when Randall went out, the Knicks were playing. They continued to play at a high level. Right, with OG and the rest of the cast there, they continue to play at a high level. If OG comes back, and I don't think it's serious with Brunson. I think Hartenstein will be back. If OG can come back within a week,
I think that changes things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that, again, I love the team. Don't get me wrong. Like, fully healthy, I'm ready to go to war with anybody. That I'm not saying like this team sucks or no, not at all. I'm just saying with the injuries, fully healthy, I think we're a contender.
Right.
But my thing also is you also want these guys back with enough time to just gain chemistry again. We got a couple new players. Even OG didn't play a ton of games here yet. I don't think they could just come back with 2, 3, 4 games left and be like, all right, let's roll for the playoffs or the play-in or whatever. you wanted a good 10, 11, 12 games with each other before, it really, really counts.
I
You know what
feel
I'm
you.
saying?
I feel you. I feel you.
So
I feel
I
you.
just have a lot of concerns right now, man. A lot of concerns. I'm highly concerned. I got to be honest right now. Again, fully healthy chemistry, I'm ready. But, I just got to see these guys get back, number one, and then I got to see them gain chemistry before it's too late.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you
know?
on that. I
So-
definitely want to see these guys be able to gain some chemistry together.
Right, exactly, right. Like I can't even break down these games. Like I can't even call and be like, oh, this guy played. I can't get on the team right now. Again, I'm just concerned if we don't get healthy and we fall to the plane. But I can't get on these players right now.
Yeah,
You got Achua having to create for himself.
Right.
Hard having to create for himself. These
Right.
guys are doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. That's not their. That's not their niche.
Let me
You know what I
ask
mean?
you this. Okay. We don't have to worry.
Yeah.
We're not going to critique the players like that.
Right.
Right? We're not going to critique the players like that. But I do want to ask you this, and I'm asking Tony and the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Dante DiVincenzo took 18 3-point attempts tonight.
Ooh,
How do you feel about that?
crazy.
18 of them. He was 7 for 18, 38.9%, but 18 3-point attempts. The Knicks took 46 3-point attempts tonight.
Wow.
They were a straight up perimeter oriented team. They feel like that's their strength right now with so many players out. 18.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't love it. I think that's absurd. 18 threes? I mean, I just think it's kind of by necessity, though. That's what he does. I know he feels added pressure. I got to put up three after three after three with everybody out. So there's maybe a little bit more on his table right now. But, I would still say don't just rely on threes. You can get to the rack. New Orleans, it's not like they have a rim protector. Zion and Valanciunas, they don't block shots.
Yeah, but they're a
I don't
good
love that.
They're also
honest.
a good defensive team. How are you getting to the rack? I mean,
True.
Dante,
they do have lanes out there.
Yeah, I mean, Dante can break the defense
True.
down every once in a while, but it's not
True.
all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
True.
I mean, the Knicks took 83
Yeah.
shots tonight, which is way lower than what they normally take. They're normally around 93 shots. All right, so they took 83 shots, 46 of them were threes. More than 50%.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, is Tony, is that the best strategy for the Knicks right now, shooting threes?
I think that's the best strategy for DiVincenzo. I will say this: when he does drive, when he does attack, I would like him to be a more aggressive finishing, because I know he's more than capable, and I know he's more than capable of drawing fouls. I think and this may be a Tibbs thing, I think he looks to dish off the penetration before he looks to finish, especially if it's him penetrating on his own. When he's cutting and somebody gives him the ball, he's looking to finish. But when he's driving on his own, he's always looking to pass out. But for him, we have no interior play. We have no post play.
Yeah.
Brunson is our
Right.
best post player with Randall out. Nobody else on the team is a. I was thinking about it the other day. Like, nobody else on the team you could dump the ball to in the post and they get a bucket for you.
Yeah.
So
Right.
our strategy really is threes and dunks, second chance points, and you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's really what our best strategy is at this point.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This Knicks, with the way the Knicks have suffered all these injuries, is you had this point where you had so much potential. You're looking, and then bam,
So much.
something just brings it down. I feel like a Cowboys fan or something like that. Like, that's what always happens with the Cowboys, right? The Cow bums. They like
To me, this
have
is
all
like
they have
this is
all
like
this potential, and you think they're gonna do something, then all of a sudden something
right?
crazy happens. They get
For
injured.
real.
This happens, whatever, and they get eliminated from the playoffs or something like that. You know, as a
For
Giants fan,
real.
it makes me happy. But
This is
I
just
f-
like the biggest what if right now.
yeah,
Like to
I
me
feel
that
you.
I've seen as a Knicks, I'm fairly young. I'm only in my mid 30s.
Mhm.
So like to me, this is like the biggest what if season right now. Like if we don't get fully healthy and gain chemistry, it's just like man, like what could we have really done? And like I think again, fully healthy. If these guys get back and we gain that chemistry before the playoffs or play-in start, I think we can do serious damage. I really do. That's what's just it just frustrates me. I'm very frustrated just with all these. Again, I'm not blaming anybody. It's just it's just unfortunate. It just drives me crazy, like how good this team could be, and just can't catch a break, man. We just can't get healthy.
Yeah,
We can't get healthy, man.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. Nah, I feel you, JJ. I appreciate it, man.
It's crazy. Appreciate it, man. You
appreciate the
guys
call,
have a
brother.
good one, man.
Yeah, you
Take
too.
it easy.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Appreciate it.
Kevin said, Cowboys fan. He said, their fans legitimately think they can win every year. We're not that crazy. I agree. I agree 100%. You know, any Cowboys fans that's out there listening, yeah, we're taking shots at the Cowboys for whatever reason. You know, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks were led in scoring by Dante DiVincenzo, 18 three-point attempts. By Dante, 7 for 18 from the three-point line. That's a lot of three-point attempts. I don't care. But,
But 38%. You know what I mean?
30,
Like
yeah,
if
39%.
there was no volume and it was 38%, people would be like, hey, he did,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He did. He did.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about that. Yeah, Bogdanovich, he took 10 3-pointers, 4 for 10 from the three-point line, 20 points for Bogdanovich, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Josh Hart, 15 points, 10 rebounds. Precious, 15 points, 7 rebounds for Precious tonight. And then you had Jericho Sims had 7 points, 7 rebounds. Alec Burks had 2 points, 1 for 7 from the field. And then after that, the only other people that played were Jacob Toppin, Charlie Brown, and Daquan Jeffries. They all played 2 minutes and 39 seconds at the end of the game. The Knicks, shot 37% from the field. They shot 30% from the three-point line. It just wasn't falling. 69% from the free throw line. Tough night for the Knicks tonight. And I'll tell you one thing that I did see that maybe it shows itself sometime in the playoffs or, any other point. But Josh Hart, took some liberties to try to score the ball today, right? And you seen him, a couple of times, just dribble to that foul line area and knock down the pull-up. You know what I mean? And I've probably seen it before, but never really paid attention that much. But, tonight, because the Knicks needed offense, it was a little bit more obvious that he was doing some things that he normally doesn't do. All the players were. And I was impressed with that.
The funny thing, Sam, I think his mid-range is more of a staple of his game than the three.
Right.
And when he does it, he looks, he's always comfortable. He's never like he's never hesitant. Like he initiates when he's in the mid range.
Yeah.
That three, he hesitates, a lot of the time.
Right. I think he's been hesitating less though. Especially during this stretch. Especially during this stretch.
Absolutely.
He's been letting it go. And so maybe that's something that, the Knicks will be able to draw on, right? When playoff time comes or whatever, he won't hesitate. You know what I mean? He'll just pull it.
And he's conscious of the detriment. He's conscious of teams daring him to shoot, leaving him open, him being the guy they double off. You know what I mean? So the only way to fix that is to, hit shots, be aggressive,
right?
Make yourself a threat.
Right. Question to you. Sean Richardson. This is Greg's burner account. I think. I'm joking. I'm not joking. I don't know. It might be Greg's burner account. Anyway, he says Josh Hart played back-to-back 40-plus minutes. This coach is reckless.
We undermanned. Precious been leading the league in minutes since he's been a Knick.
Right.
Well, at least since Randall been down. He been leading the league.
Right. I mean, who are you putting out there? You're still trying to win these basketball games. So you're comfortable with saying, all right, we're going to give Josh 10 less minutes and put Jacob Top in it?
We're going to give Precious 10 less minutes and give it to Sims?
And give it, right. Yeah, like, who are you putting out there? Even Jericho Sims played 29 minutes today. You put, okay, you know what? We're going to take out Precious and put Charlie Brown Jr. in? You cool with that?
I'll say this, to your point earlier, Sim. Maybe it should have been 10 more minutes for Bojan, right? So maybe that's who would have. Maybe he would have had to play the forward for him to get those minutes,
right?
Or have to play the 5. You know.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He, maybe played the 4 a little bit to get those minutes. So maybe Precious gets a little bit less minutes. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know exactly who he plays over, but somebody, I guess. I mean, because normally he was out there with Burks, so it's not like he's taking Burks minutes. So it would have been Precious or Josh Hart. Maybe he takes some minutes from Josh Hart. Yeah, I don't know, but all right, he played 40 minutes back-to-back games. Listen, Josh Hart said that he went to a plant-based diet and it's helping his body to recover. He's good. He's good. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that the coaching staff, the medical staff, like, they're checking with these guys to make sure that, hey, are you good? Can you go this amount of time? You know what I mean?
I mean, it is kind of crazy. But like you said, man, we trying to win. We try to win. So Tibbs ain't gonna play these guys that haven't proven anything to him yet. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You see how long it took for Deuce to get into the circle. You see how long it takes for people to actually get into Tibbs' good graces. He's not throwing somebody in there for games that we need to win. And granted, we didn't win, but he's trying to win each one of these games.
Yeah.
Now, it is kind of crazy because Josh is one of the players who has been dealing with, knee injury throughout the year as well. So I get the frustration. I get why people are upset.
Yeah.
But I also get why Tibbs does what he does.
Right. Sean said, of course, the players are going to say they want to play. As the coach, he's got to save them from themselves. I think, the players are going to say they want to play, but I think the players also know their body. I think the NBA is a little bit different today, right? Guys are more business conscious, business savvy. So they're like, if they feel like their body's going to break, they're like, nah, let me chill. You know what I'm saying? I think the players know their bodies, and if they're gonna get injured, or if they feel like they're gonna get injured, or if they feel like they need, a little bit of a break, I think they get that. You know what I mean? Now, but I will say this, Sean, Greg, whichever one you are. I know I'm about to get Sean mad because he's probably, man, why you keep calling me Greg? But anyway, I dig what you're saying, though, right? Especially with the style of play that Josh Hart plays. Like, he's aggressive. He's always all over the floor. He gets banged up just from his style of play. He's going to have nicks and bruises just from his style of play. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand that. You know what I mean? And I agree 100% with that. Because of his style of play, he's always going to have something. You seen the guy bust in the face tonight by Zion and his nose was bleeding. He's always going to, he plays an aggressive style of basketball, just with his hustle. So I do understand that. I do understand that. And so maybe all right, Sean, I got you. You said 100% stop calling me Greg. I don't know what I don't know that man. He's a real one though. Yeah. See, you see what I'm saying? You see, I threw that in the end, right? He's a real one though. You see? Right. All right, Sean. I got you. But maybe Bogdanovich could have played some of Josh Hart's minutes. So that we could have some more of that scoring punch out there on the floor. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. We just need these guys to get back. The Pelicans all night long, though, were hot from the three-point line. All night long. They shot. I don't even see the percentage up here. I'll tell you real quick. The Pelicans shot 52.9% from the three-point line. All night long, they were knocking down threes. Every time the Knicks made a run, the Pelicans would knock down a three. To cut off the Knicks' run or cut it short or whatever it was, right? And the Knicks would get open threes. They couldn't hit them. The Pelicans only took 34 threes. They were 18 for 34 from the three-point line. But the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, they couldn't. It almost felt like they couldn't buy a three. Well, they could. It was 30% though. 52.9% for the three-point line for the Pelicans tonight, and they were led in scoring by Trey Murphy. Right, he had I think 16 points in the fourth quarter or 14, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Kevin said, "Yeah, I think I did crack the code, Kevin. I think I did." Sean is, he's gonna say whatever. I think I did. Anyway, they were led in scoring by Trey Murphy the third. He had 26 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Brandon Ingram, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Looked like in the first half, he twisted his ankle. Came back, went to the basket and got an and-one dunk. So I guess that twisted ankle didn't mean nothing. Zion, 21 points. I thought the Knicks did a good job on Zion, to be honest with you. They made it tough for him. They were aggressive on Zion. 21 points for Zion. 7 points for Jonas Valanciunas. 7 points, 9 rebounds for him. 15 points for Herbert Jones. He was knocking down threes. Felt like all night long too. Him and Trey Murphy were knocking down threes. And Brandon Ingram is Brandon Ingram. And then Matt Ryan from, what they say he was from, Westchester? Knocking down threes too. He was 2 for 2. You was about to say something, Tony. Go ahead.
I think they had to choose between Zion and Ingram. And they chose Zion to kind of, put the emphasis on.
Yeah.
And it's a tough choice, and you could pick. It could be the wrong one. Either way you go. You know what I mean? We've seen Zion go off and dominate us in the past. So
right.
Pick your poison.
Yeah. Well, the Knicks take the loss tonight, 115-92 to the New Orleans Pelicans, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks didn't shoot the ball well. They didn't rebound well tonight. 38 rebounds for the Knicks on a night when you're not shooting the ball well. Only 38 rebounds. They were out-rebounded by the Pelicans, 44-38. The Knicks did have 27 assists.
That's back-to-back games with high assists, right?
Yeah, that's back-to-back games with high assists. They had 27 assists on bad shooting. The Knicks shot 37% from the field, and they had 27 assists.
How many offensive rebounds we have? Because that's usually
let's see. Offensive rebounds for the Knicks tonight, 13.
And how many possessions do we have? Do you know?
How many possessions? I don't know.
Like how many shot attempts?
83 shot attempts. Yeah. 13 offensive rebounds ain't bad. How many second chance points did we actually score? We scored 13 second chance points. the Pelicans it really came down to that 3-point shooting,
Mhm.
right? The Knicks not able to knock down 3-point shots when they had those opportunities to. Really came down to that. Even the points in the paint. I mean, the Pelicans with 34 points in the paint, the Knicks 26. 14 second chance points for the Pelicans, 13 for the Knicks. 11 fast break points for the Knicks, 16 for the Pelicans. Free throw shooting was bad. The Knicks shot 69%. But, shooting from the field and shooting from the 3-point line, were terrible for the Knicks tonight. You know what I mean? So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks take a loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. They play Golden State on Thursday, right? Golden State on Thursday. How you feeling about that game?
Shout out to my barber. He's going to the game.
Oh, word? Okay. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. How you feeling about that game versus Golden State?
Well, hopefully Brunson's back. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully DiVincenzo can summon his inner Splash brother, and I don't know if he got to shoot that many, but I want him to hit a bunch of threes because we're gonna need them, because they're gonna be hitting threes or at least shooting them. I mean, they're rolling right now. You know what I mean? They're gonna be tough. This is not Golden State of early in the year. They making their playoff push or play-in push, whichever one you want to call it. But they're playing a lot better than they've been playing early in the year. So it's what I mean. It's a tough matchup. Tough matchup. Everybody's back. CP is back. I think he played his first game, either today or yesterday. So yeah, they did lose, whatever their last game was, today or yesterday. But
they played tonight. They played the Wizards. Now they won tonight.
Oh, okay.
123 to 112.
Okay.
Over the Wizards. Yeah.
Well. Yeah, it's good. I mean, they gotta travel. It's in the Garden, right? Yeah, it's in the Garden.
Garden. Yeah.
We hopefully Steph don't have a Steph moment in the Garden, and if we contain him, I think we'd be all right.
I mean, the thing is, defensively, I'm not worried. Offensively is going to be the issue. Offense is going to be the issue.
Well, that's why we need DiVincenzo to be Inferno again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as long as Jalen Brunson is out, I mean, this man shot 18 threes tonight. This man might be up shooting 20. He might be over 20 threes. And I think the coaching staff is probably saying right now, you're one of our best, even Bogdanovich, at the speed at which he's shooting some of the threes, like they're telling these guys to force up threes because it's our best chance to score because we have no inside presence right now. None.
But we got offensive rebounding ability. You know what I mean? We got inside presence in that aspect. Right. We don't have any scoring though. So yeah, jack up the threes. We gonna go get them. We gonna go collect them if you miss.
Yeah.
And hopefully get another one.
Yeah. When Hartenstein comes back, do you try to use him as an inside presence? Like posting up? See if he can, get him the ball inside. Let him post up, see if he can score. Which I think
I like the way they utilize him. I haven't seen him deep in the post, but I like his ability, foul line, maybe a little bit closer in from the foul line, and then able to get to the basket. You know what I mean? He's have array of spin moves and things that he does get off to get to the rim. But I don't know if the other part, like deep in the post, I don't even know if it's in his bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've always known, like, because that wasn't his MO on the Clippers either. It was really what we've seen from him, the hustle plays, you know what I mean? The second chance points, the putbacks and things of that nature. And then if you dish it to him deep in the post, yeah, he can finish.
Yeah.
But feed it to him, I don't know what he has there. I'm not even too positive about his floater. You know what I mean? I get a little nervous where he does his floater. I mean, it goes in half the time, but it definitely
Yeah,
I don't like big men doing floaters.
I'd give it a try and see what he can do because I feel like he has the skill set. I think he has a drop step. I think he can, boom, boom, drop, maybe do a little short hook. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not going to be crazy, but because he's a good passer, you know what I'm saying? If he does score a little bit, and then they say, all right, he got 3 buckets in a row. Let's send a double team. Now at least you got somebody pulling in the defense. You can pass it out and swing it. You know what I mean? And we don't have too many other options to try it.
And we don't have too much time to try it. That's the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2-3 possessions, you try it and it don't work. We might be in the hole.
I mean, I feel you. And if you do it for if you do it 2 possessions and then you come up empty, then you probably be like, all right, this ain't working. On to the next idea. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how, I mean, basically, Brunson out, Hartenstein, Randall, OG, Mitch, like that's your whole starting 5. Besides DiVincenzo, it's your whole starting 5, man. Right now, the Warriors, like you said, they're in playing mode. They're 31-28, and they are currently, I think it was 9th in the Western Conference. The Western Conference is, they're 9th. No, I'm sorry, they're 30-27. The Lakers are 31-28.
Okay, they're above the Lakers now.
They're above the Lakers. The Lakers are 10th. When you look at the East, and when you look at the East, 9-10, the Bulls are 27-31. Atlanta's 26-32. Yeah. Pretty strong out there in the West right now. A little bit deeper than the Eastern Conference, but right now the Celtics probably the best team in the league. Little bit deeper than the Eastern Conference. Yeah, Knicks got to beat the Warriors. I don't know if we're undermanned like tonight. I can't see it. I'm gonna be honest with you. We might put up a good fight for a little while, but we're just not gonna have enough offensive firepower to deal with those guys. Even with Jalen Brunson and Hartenstein there, we don't have that much offensive firepower besides Brunson. Now, with Brunson there, it changes things a little bit because, he can at least draw the defense because he can penetrate. He can get inside, and he can post up a little bit, even though he's, small. But if they put somebody, Andrew Wiggins or somebody on him, I don't even know who's playing, but, that might negate him from posting up.
You know what, though? I won't count us out. Because one thing, especially if iHeart is back, but especially if iHeart is back, because they don't have size at that center position, and that may be a area that we could take advantage of. And then again, running our game plan, and if we could continue to dominate offensive rebounds and get second chance points and get more actual possessions than them, maybe that could offset a disparity in threes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My man Ron from Still Knicks fans, he said, there's no probably about it when talk about the Celtics. He said they're the best. The Celtics are kicking teams' tails. And ain't no doubt about it. They are. They are. They definitely are. Sean Richardson said, Thibodeau's offensive playbook is just give the ball to Brunson and everyone else move the hell out the way. I think it's a little bit more than that. But right now, what else are you doing? What else are you doing? Let's be honest. Look at the Knicks tonight. without Brunson. So there was no give the ball to Brunson and move out the way. They had 27 assists on 38% shooting, 37% shooting, 27 assists on 37% shooting. That points to ball movement. And what good did it get you? Nothing. It got you blown out by 23. Ball movement is great. You still got to have guys that can get you a bucket. So as much as people complain, Randall and Brunson and this guy and that guy is shooting too much, you need those guys to shoot. You need those guys to create. Because when they create, it opens it up for other people. You had nobody that can draw the defense tonight, right? They were able to just straight up play one-on-one and stop guys from getting to the basket, which meant it was tougher to get open three-point shots. They got some open three-point shots, but it was tougher to get open three-point shots. You weren't getting anything in the paint. You got to have those guys that are strong one-on-one players. So sometimes, yeah, it might be get a ball to Brunson and let him go to work, because when Brunson goes to work, he draws the defense, and then you can kick it out. D. Cooler said, no perimeter defense got us blown out. I disagree. No offense got us blown out. We scored 92 points. If we had some offense, we can score 115 points, obviously. If we had some offense, the game is a little bit closer. Maybe we win it, maybe we lose it, but you scored 92 points today, you're getting beat. You might get blown out. And today, the Knicks had no offense. 27 assists. That means there was some ball movement. 37% shooting. 30% shooting from the three-point line. 69% shooting from the free throw line. You know? That's you gotta have guys that can ball, that can hoop, that can go get you a bucket when you need to go get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have guys that can do that. Gotta have guys. King Third Eye Supreme. Peace to you, my brother. He said, should have paid quickly and kept Grimes. Okay. We're going to all right, Grimes did his thing the other night against the Knicks, 14 points in the fourth quarter. Right now, because we're so injury prone, not injury prone, we're so decimated by injuries, it's easy to say this now. Right? But people are going to bring it up. I've seen it all over. Well, we didn't make all these trades, the Knicks would have depth, right? The Knicks would have IQ, they would have RJ, they would have Quentin Grimes. Does it make us better when everybody comes back? I would venture to say we get fully healthy, the Knicks are better than when they would have had RJ and Quickly and Grimes. They're fully better now when they're fully healthy. I think they're a better team. How do you feel about that, Tony?
I think you're spot on. I think if we had them right now, we probably would be in a better spot. But as a healthy team, I think the trades help us more than them.
Right.
So I agree 100%.
Yeah, and
it's always easy to say that when, you know what I mean?
Right.
We don't have our full roster.
Right. It's easy to say that right now because we're losing, and you can look at it and say, well, these guys would have been here playing, and we could still be winning.
What I will say is, like if anybody's going to say, oh, we haven't seen the best performances out of the trade pieces, and you can't really include OG in that, you know what I mean? Because when he was here, we seen everything looking like it fit like a glove.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we haven't seen the best out of Bojan and Burks, specifically Burks.
Specifically, yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe the usage, with like you referred to earlier, maybe Tibbs using Bojan a little bit more because he has been productive. But yeah, we haven't seen what we expect from Burks.
Yeah.
But in due time.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's easy to have recency bias right now. right? Because the Knicks are losing. If everybody was here and the Knicks were winning and playing this great basketball, I think people, most people would be like, okay, we did a good job. But it's easy to look at it right now and say, shouldn't have traded those guys. But I like the team that we have. I think we're much deeper. I think we have more flexibility to the lineup. I think we have more shooting in the lineup. We're still set up to make a move later on. You know what I mean? We're a little bit older. We're definitely a little bit older now. But I still think, I believe in the moves. And hopefully they're going to it's gonna, we're gonna see some fruit from it soon. If these guys can get back healthy. So it doesn't bother me at all. John Smith said if Miami wins today, they are tied for the 5th seed. Right now they're losing to the Portland Trailblazers 60-57 with 8 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Miami's 32-25 right now. And this is what Miami does. They try to make a run towards the end of the season. It's how they know. It's not how it normally happens with Miami. How would you feel if we stay in the 4th seed and we're playing Miami at the 5th seed? I'd feel good, to be honest with you. I feel like the Knicks, they learned a lot last year from playing Miami. They look at them as their big brothers, and I think they look at them as, we got to get through these guys. These are not that they got to get through these guys to win the championship, but look at it as kind of like that stepping stone type of thing. Like, how you have like the Bulls with the Pistons way back in the day, the Knicks with the Bulls, right? When they kept getting knocked out by the Bulls, and then finally Jordan retired, and the Knicks were able to knock them out and go to the finals. I kind of look at it, like that. The Knicks probably they wouldn't mind seeing Miami in the playoffs because they'd be ready to knock them out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing Miami in the playoffs. Now, will we suffer injuries to be able to be successful in the next round? Probably so. If we've seen Miami in the first round, do we even get out of that series healthy?
They dirty.
You know what I'm saying? Will we get out of it healthy? I don't know. My man Ron said there is no worse feeling than to have to constantly defend your team to others because they are good, but just can't get healthy. I feel you. Because people are going to say, oh, whatever, you making excuses, this, that, and the third. I hear from my basketball team. You know what I mean? Oh, who cares? They're supposed to win anyway. Next man up. All right. Okay. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. Okay. But I don't know. LV Shore said might not get out the first round, to be honest. Look how far down we drop. If this team is healthy, well, okay. I dig it. If we're in the 4th seed, I still think we have a really, really good chance of getting out the first round. You might be playing Philadelphia. You might be playing Miami. Got a chance to get out the first round. If we're in the 8th seed, which JJ thinks we can drop into the play-in, I don't see us dropping there. I think we'll get some guys back and we'll be able to maintain. I do not want to play Boston in the first round. No doubt about that. I ain't even trying to play them in the first round. If I'm playing Boston, I want to play them in the Eastern Conference Finals when they've already been through some battles.
Wars.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And even then, it's still going to be really, really, really hard to beat them, but I ain't trying to play them. I'm not trying to play the Celtics in the first round of the playoffs. That's probably a recipe to get eliminated, especially when you haven't had time for your team to, come together. You know what I mean? Get to a phone call. Nick from Jersey, what's popping with you, bro? How you feeling?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Tough loss tonight, but I was proud of the way they hung in there. Playing 7 guys, and I thought we had a chance at the end. But this is the way it's going to go. We went from the best months in 30 years to total, dilapidation, just total chaos. But I mean, if they got to go 15-8 for 50 wins, and if they could do that, having with all these injuries, having played Boston 5 times, having played Milwaukee 5 times this season, I believe too, that would be quite the accomplishment.
It will. It will. It will. What are the chances you think we go 15-8 and win 50 games?
I don't know, man. It really depends on when they get healthy. I think OG's coming back soon. I think he's going to change a lot for us. And I think OG, coming back before Randall will open things up with the guys that we have on the team right now. I think that will, lineups out there with Bogey and OG out there as the forwards is going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Is it that important to win 50 games though?
No, I'm just saying that's a benchmark. I think the standings is more important. I'm looking at the standings now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anybody could be in the 5 spot right now. Let's say we hold on to 4. That 5th spot, like you were just saying, that could be Miami. I think I prefer to play Philly without Embiid over all the other teams. Even the Magic, who gave us some trouble this year. But maybe not. You got the Magic, the Pacers. They kind of scare me too a little bit.
The Pacers scare me,
but they could push us, I think.
Yeah.
So whatever. Like if it's the Heat, I kind of agree with you. Bring on the Heat, man. Bring on the Heat and bring on Boston in that second round, and let's just make it hard on ourselves and and do it that way.
Miami in the first round, Boston in the second round. Man, that's
hell yeah.
That's tough. They're gonna front. That's tough. That's tough.
I just want to say something. Somebody brought up Grimes, and a lot of people talking about this trade, buyer's remorse. Burks has been playing terribly, but it's bigger than just the trade. Like Grimes was not gonna be the starting 2 guard here ever. DiVincenzo is better than him, and the strategy that the Knicks are doing long term is to bring in a starting 2 guard and put DiVincenzo back on the bench. So Grimes was always going to be in a trade at some point for this next guy in the off season or whatever. And Bogey and his contract has more trade value than Grimes, his expiring contract. So it's like we made this trade. We got better now because Bogey's better than Grimes, by himself. And then we have more flexibility to make that big trade in the future anyway. I think Bogey's got higher trade value than Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, he's been a guy who's averaged anywhere from 17 to 20 points per game over, however many years. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love Grimes. And I love Quickly too. They just were not going to be the long-term starting 2 guard for this team. So It's like they parlayed their picks, their homegrown draft picks into basically this team now that we haven't seen yet. So people got to not lose their cool over what's going on right now. It's like they're playing hard every single night, and adversity builds character. When we get these guys, when we get Mitch back, OG back, Randall back, and Gel, if we could get that together before the playoffs, we'll have some momentum for the playoffs, and we'll just take it from there. But I think that we're seeing here, from what Tibbs started Deuce tonight over Burks, and he also played Deuce more than Burks, and he started Precious over Bogey, and I think that what you're seeing ultimately is you're fully healthy. Our bench is going to be I was really motivated to see what this bench before the Grimes trade. I was thinking, man, our bench is going to be elite defensively when we get Mitch back. It still will be, because I think you're going to see Mitch, Precious, Hart at the 2, Deuce at the point, and then you're going to have rotating in as the quote unquote 10th man, either OG at small forward or Brunson. In the playoffs, you're going to see a lot of Brunson playing with the bench, and you're going to see OG playing with the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And if they got to extend it to 10 man, then you put Bogey in there as the small forward. That's a good bench, man. So that's everything. That's defense. That's shooting. I think our bench is still elite because of the development of Precious.
Yeah, I mean, the bench is actually getting better because some guys are playing so many minutes and figuring out what they can. Tom Thibodeau figuring them out, figured each other out with the new additions to the team. So the bench is getting better. As we speak, it's just we need our record to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need our record to get better. Yeah, we got 20, what is it, 25 games, 24 games left?
24 games left.
I think it's 23.
I think we'd have a little bit more better luck if we wore our home jerseys at home games, maybe. Maybe if we wear some white sometime at home. I think that might work.
Yeah, nowadays. Yeah, it's back in the days, it was the light color is home, dark color is away. Today is anything. I guess today the home team decides which color they're gonna wear. Yeah. Anyway. Well, JJ, man, hopefully we can get healthy. There's nothing much more we can say, really. Just hopefully we can get healthy.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, fellas.
Have a good night, man. Peace. Yeah, I mean, that's really the key, man. Getting healthy. That's the key down the stretch of this season. Getting healthy, and getting guys acclimated. JJ said, get healthy or enjoy the playing. I don't even want to speak it. JJ, you're putting it in the universe. Don't even put it in the universe. Just put it in the universe, get healthy. Just that. Just put that in the universe. Don't put it in the universe, man. We're not trying to manifest our own destiny.
Championship. Yes,
way.
we are.
Yeah. There you go. Put championship in the universe. We can manifest that destiny. Let's not manifest the play-in, It's not manifest the play-in. Anyway, Tony, any last words, man, before we get out of here?
Shout out to the chat, man. We gonna be all right. We gonna get healthy, and we gonna go on this run. My date is March 14th.
March 14th.
March 14th. I want us to be fully healthy.
Yeah.
Give us a full month. You know what I mean of basketball before the playoffs.
There you go. JJ say, get healthy and win a championship. That's better. That's what we're talking about. Put that out there in the universe. Get healthy, win a championship. That's what we want out there in the universe. You know what I mean? I do want to remind everybody, March 10th, I'll be there. Tony's going to be there. Steph is going to be there. And International Andy is going to be there, right? All the way from Poland. So, get those tickets, ladies and gentlemen. It's $220 per ticket. You get this Section 224 or Section 227, I believe it is. You know what I mean? Come join us. We're going to do a live podcast at Legends, pregame podcast at Legends, postgame podcast at Legends. We'll be doing a pregame shoot-around, watching the pregame shoot-around. All right, so come join the group, ladies and gentlemen. There's a link in your YouTube chat. I put one in there earlier. It's also pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. And there's one in the description of the video. All right, we would love to see you out at the game. The Knicks play the Pistons. Listen, believe it or not, that game could end up being a big game, right? depending on where we are in the playoffs, that could be a very big game. That Pistons game. I mean, it's March 25th. We're talking, what? Just a few games away from the end of the season? Right? The Knicks are still going to be battling for playoff position. That could be a very, very big basketball game. We want you to be there with us, ladies and gentlemen. So come join us. Get the tickets now before they're sold out. All right. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. This is the March 10th game, not the March 25th game. It's the March 10th game. I'm going to the March 25th game against the Detroit Pistons. That could be a big game, all those against the Pistons. This is March 10th against Philadelphia, which could still be a very big game because Philadelphia is just below us in the playoffs. We played Philadelphia twice.
Back to back.
Back to back. We're playing March 10th, then we're playing March 12th.
Well, not back to back, but back to back games.
Yeah. Right. Back to back games. You know what I'm saying? March 10th, March 12th. You know, so, you know, come join us, ladies and gentlemen. That could be a very big game. The Knicks are still going to be, you know, obviously battling for position. You know, at this point, they'll be down to, you know, maybe less than 20 games left for the season, or maybe around 20 games left for the season or something like that. You know, we're hitting the stretch of the season. So come join us. All right. Have a good time. All of those things. You know what I mean? The link is in the description of the video. It's also pinned to the top of your YouTube chat. Come out here. Meet International Andy, you know, for the first time that I'm going to meet him in person. You know, Tony, any last things before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I'm ready to go. Appreciate the show, appreciate the chat. Shout out to you guys. Show tomorrow night, Knicks and Bruises.
Yeah, all right, tomorrow night. What time? 6, 7?
About 6:37.
Yeah.
I put the notification up.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're up out of here. Cowboys fans, don't be mad. There's no real hate. We just having fun. The love is all there, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.